The following program was provided by an independent producer solely responsible for its content. The opinions expressed do not necessarily represent the views of this station, its staff, board of directors, or underwriters.
Hi, welcome to The Ring and All Other Sports. My name is Leo Connors, and I'm your host. And tonight, I got two very special guests. I got the tag team, the Middlesex Express, Steven Oliveira and Steve Lambert. Guys, thanks for coming on, man.
Pleasure for having me. Thank you so much.
I really appreciate it. Before we get started, I just want to give a shout out to my daughter, Sarah, and her friend, Chloe. I really hope
Sarah.
you're watching. I love you. Guys, we're going to do a get-to-know-you interview real quick, and the first question, I'll have you go first with your answer, and the second one, we'll go back and forth.
Sure.
Okay? Where'd you grow up?
I grew up mostly around downtown Lowell and Centerville. Yeah, I lived basically in like the same building and city block. I've lived pretty much my whole life.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
I moved around a bunch as a kid, settled into the greater Lowell area, probably around 10 or 11 years old.
Nice.
So I've lived in Dracut, Lowell, Tingsboro, Nashua, pretty much anywhere around here.
Nice. Well, this is the first time I've had three people from Lowell on the same show. As you guys know, it's my hometown also.
Mill City.
Did you guys play sports as a kid?
Yes, wrestling in high school, and
nice.
a whole lot of pickup basketball.
Very cool.
I also did wrestling in high school. Yeah, that was about it.
Yeah. All right. That's great. It's nice to hear like wrestlers that wrestled as amateurs too.
Of course.
When did you first see pro wrestling?
I want to say my earliest memory that I can think, I was maybe like 3 or 4 at my uncle's house. And when he moved to America, he loved watching wrestling, and he would watch it all the time. And he was watching, I think it was like Jake the Snake versus someone. And I remember my mom freaking out because she was afraid of snakes. I was like, what is this that she's watching? And ever since then, I've been hooked.
Nice. Real quick though, what country?
From Colombia.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, my
Nice.
mother's Colombian. I'm half Colombian.
Okay.
Oh,
Same question.
I want to say like probably around like 7 or 8. I had a friend in elementary school who was big into wrestling. His dad was a car dealer, and he used to do the rent-a-cars.
Yeah.
So whenever the WWF would come into town, WWE, excuse me, whenever they would come into town, they would rent cars from him. So he knew all those guys, took pictures, met them, and one day he was like, "Hey, you want to come over and watch wrestling?" I'm like, "Wrestling? What's wrestling?"
Right.
So I came over, watched it, fell in love immediately.
That's awesome.
Nice. I was 7 years old when I started watching it. Were your friends into it? Obviously.
Yes, I had a handful of friends that were into it, but a lot of people didn't. You know, a lot of people just didn't understand it or didn't really care to understand it. So, I mean, as far as that goes, probably just only a handful.
Nice.
Yeah, most of my friends were into it at the time, which is pretty cool. So, but I was very staunchly a WWF kid, and most kids I knew were WCW kids.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so that was kind of like, I don't know. I was still a very WWF kid. Nowadays, like, I prefer now the old NWA stuff a lot more.
I love watching
now
that
that I'm, more into like the wrestling in general. But
Right.
still, I have a soft spot for the new generation WWF.
Yeah.
It's definitely like been my favorite.
Definitely. Now, when did you decide you wanted to become a wrestler?
I got really sick of trying to get a band together, and I wasn't a big fan of where the music I was taking was in a direction. And we used to go to chaotic shows all the time. And I loved it, and I was like, well, you know what? I'm just gonna try it, and we'll see where it ends up. If I don't like it, I'll try something else.
Right.
Yeah, we used to go to echo what he said, we used to go to a lot of the chaotic shows, and I'm like, you know what? This seems really fun. I want to try this, because ever since I was a kid, I always wanted to be a wrestler. He says, you can't do that stuff. You know what I mean? You're too small. You're not big enough to do that. Just leave that as a dream. And then one day I said, you know what? It's not going to be a dream. It's going to be a reality. So I pursued my dream.
Nice. So how old were you
Oof.
when you decided?
Probably like in my mid-20s. So I'm 30 years old now.
Yeah, about the same.
Same?
It was around
Okay.
the same time.
Nice. All right. Well, you guys told me off air when I first came, you guys met me outside. Who trained you?
Brickhouse Baker. Brickhouse Baker had a hand in making us the performers that we are today. Much like a lot of the other guys or girls that are in the business, they started, doing like the stupid stuff, at home and doing stuff like that. Eventually we just, we were tired of it and we wanted to make ourselves better. We wanted to better ourselves, and that's what we did.
Yeah.
Nice. Pretty much same thing.
Same answer. Yeah, I really can't answer that. Pretty much.
Was there
settles that.
anybody else that's still wrestling now that was in the class that you guys, when you're training class?
Pretty much, like I said, we broke in our mid-20s, so about like 3 or 4 years ago. So all those guys that taught us and helped us grow to be the performers that we are in there. Unfortunately, the Mac Attack who were in there aren't unfortunately in the business anymore. Guys like the influence Mike Montero, Jason Devine, they were willing to help us out. They're still around. Chris Cruz, who was big, very underrated in the New England scene.
Right.
Chris Cruz, very, very good.
Oh yeah, yeah. Devin Blaze is another guy. Gave us a lot of great advice.
Great guy.
Nice. How about tell us about your first match?
What was it? New World Wrestling Extreme.
Oh yeah.
For Trooper Gilmore,
That
yeah.
was great.
Love Troop.
Yeah, really great guy. He gave us a chance to show what we had.
Right.
And we did pretty good. We wrestled the Firebirds, Marvelous Michael McManus and Relentless Richard Ripley,
Yeah.
alongside their then manager, Mr. Chad Epic.
Oh, well, I know where Chad is today.
Yes.
Right? He's still with you guys, right?
Yes,
right
he is.
alongside us.
There's
Yeah.
a question about him later on.
Yeah.
Now we're going to move into the fan questions, guys. I got about 9 or 10 of them.
Awesome.
Most of the guys that give me questions are the same guys every week. I love it. So my buddy Nathan Fuller, and this is for the three of you. What do you think is the best tag team era? The 70s, 80s, 90s, or 2000s?
Very
best
difficult
era
question.
for tag
Like
teams.
the best era. See, all right. So growing up, I liked a lot of the 2000s tag teams,
Yeah.
like Edge and Christian, the Dudley Boys, and all that stuff. But if you had to really pick a favorite, I would say maybe like the early 90s, late 80s, when
Yeah.
you still had like the Rock and Roll Express. All the Express tag teams were
Yep.
like doing really well, like the Rock and Roll Express, the Rockers, the like all the standard like tag teams like spots and
Yep.
everything all came from that era. So I would think that would be the one that where most of like the inspiration would be culled from.
Right.
I'd say pretty similar, but I'd say mostly the 80s, because I mean,
Okay.
you had great tag teams like the like you said, all the Expresses, including the Orient Express. If you guys haven't seen the Rockers
yeah.
versus the Orient Express,
Yeah.
you're missing out. But
The Heavenly Bodies.
and the
is another
Heavenly
one.
Bodies,
Yep.
God, the Heavenly Bodies.
A lot of great tag teams.
Absolutely.
The Midnight Express for sure.
I started watching wrestling in '72, so I'd say the '80s, maybe '70s too. They had like the Blackjacks, Tanaka and Fuji, the Executioners. There's
Exactly.
just so many, and it's such a great question because we could literally sit here probably for a whole show talking about tag teams in each era.
Exactly.
it's true.
Exactly.
Thank you,
I go
Nathan, for
on.
the question. Next up is my buddy Daryl that you met earlier. Daryl wants to know what tag teams would you guys like to work against in New England and on a bigger stage, meaning some of the wrestlers on TNA, maybe WWE. So, what tag teams that you haven't worked yet
Oh, that okay.
in New England that you would like to work?
That I would like. Okay, let me think. Who have we not worked yet? Is the question.
Surprisingly a lot, man. Surprisingly a lot. I know.
You go first.
I know for sure that EYFBO would be great to wrestle, or LAX now.
Oh, absolutely.
They're
yeah.
just phenomenal.
UFB.
Trying to think of who else about it, 'cause we wrestled
Private Party, definitely.
Private
Oh,
Party.
yeah.
They're killing
Was
it.
that
They're really
Isaiah
good.
Kennedy and is that his name?
I think so.
Yeah, I think that's one of them. I can't remember the other kids. Kenny Broadway?
Kenny
maybe?
Broadway.
Yeah.
No, is it Kenny Broadway?
Yeah, I
thought-
think it is Ken Broadway.
I thought
Yeah.
Ken Broadway was in
He
a
might have
tag
been a single.
with Christian Casanova.
Well, someone please comment and let us know.
Yeah,
Yes,
please,
please.
let us
Correct
know.
us and let them know we're looking for you.
What about you guys work the Logans?
Not yet.
wish.
Okay,
I
so
wish.
there's
I-
one right
that's,
there.
That's the big one. That's
Yeah.
the big one.
I
I was going
actually-
to try to save that.
I
but
used
yes.
to always see actually Matt and Brian Logan in the neighborhood because I worked in the same neighborhood.
Right.
I had a lot of friends on the same street, so I would see them all the time. So it was really cool to see them wrestling like on TV and stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, if we ever get the chance to work them, I would love it. That would
Nice.
be amazing.
Absolutely.
The Mill City Hooligans are a really hell of a group right now.
On fire.
Chase is awesome too. All right, and on the biggest stage, I know you said EYFBO, but any other, WWE tag teams? I mean, I'm sure there's got to
man.
be a bunch.
I mean, me personally, I would love to wrestle the Young Bucks. I mean, that's
Right.
that's
Right.
a bucket list. You
Oh,
know what I mean?
absolutely.
Absolutely. The Revival, I really like their style and all
Yep.
that.
Correct.
And also the Briscoes,
Yeah.
The Briscoes are great.
awesome tag team.
I would love to wrestle the Kingdom. I would
Right.
love to
Oh,
wrestle
yeah.
TKO Ryan and
Oh,
Vinny
yeah.
Marcellia. Those
For
guys,
sure.
fantastic.
Have you been on any shows with them?
Yes.
I was
yes.
going to say, because you're trained by Brickhouse, and he's always down in that area.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we were doing the XWA Thursdays for a while. So
Oh yeah, that's
we've
right.
Been
The
on
$5
quite a few
shows,
of those.
right?
Yes, correct.
Fans, guys, Thursday nights.
Definitely
Providence.
check out-
You guys
no,
know the exact building?
6 Bridal Ave in West Warwick, Rhode Island.
Guys,
ahead.
Every Thursday.
$5
$7,
every
$5.
Thursday night.
Best $5 you
wrestling
can spend
Was
on a
it
Thursday.
starts at 7?
Yes.
7, 7:30.
Starts at 7 o'clock, man. Guys, check it out. Let us know when you do. Next up is Tanner.
Tanner.
How do you pronounce his last name?
I think it's Hogue.
Hogue,
if I'm not
right?
mistaken. Yes.
This question comes from Tanner Hogue. Sorry, Tanner, I couldn't pronounce your last name. When did you realize you both had chemistry in the ring to become a great tag team? When did you notice, like, wow, man, we're on to something here?
Literally, since we met each other, we always used to say, someday we're going to wrestle and be a tag team. And it used to be just a joke. Like, we used to just play video games and be like, oh, man, it'd be great if we were a real tag team. We would make a
Correct.
great tag team.
Right.
Correct.
You know, and honestly, that's all it was. Like, it was just something we always just joked about. And
Right.
it always just clicked.
I've known partner for half my life now, you know what
Yeah.
I mean? So we've been best friends since we were 16, and it's
Oh,
like,
wow.
No less, for
So,
sure.
so we just immediately like, yeah, you know, you like wrestling? I like wrestling too. No, wait, did we just become best friends? I think we just did. You know
Exactly.
what I mean?
It's
Step
not
brothers.
even
I think
making
we
up.
just became best friends.
Literally verbatim, I feel like Truman Show. They caught that moment
Right.
and then they made it into a movie. It's
No,
crazy.
that is awesome. Great question, Tanner. Next up, we got my buddy Dan Bolia. Where were you trained? You already answered that, but Brick House. And how did you become a tag team then? I mean, you've known each other, you said, for 16 years.
Yeah. We just, like I said, we just had instant chemistry. You know, we always, like, you know, at home when we had nothing to do, we just sit there and we just work together. And, like,
Yeah.
eventually we just knew
Basically.
each other inside and out. I don't even have to do anything. He already knows what I'm thinking. I
Right.
already know what he's thinking. It's just, it's just instant.
Just
It was
look at
instant.
each
It's
other,
crazy.
know what's going on. You
That's
point.
awesome.
That's what we're doing next.
Nice. His second part of the question was, who's your favorite 3 tag teams of all time?
Of all time.
Yep.
Go ahead, partner, field that.
I'm going to say probably the Heavenly Bodies would be the first one. And Midnight Express would be the second. The third one is kind of a tough one, so I'm not really sure. Because there's so many to choose.
Oh, there's a million, yeah.
Too many to choose
Right.
from. But if I had just a handful, would go. I love the Rockers, Shawn Michaels and Marty Jannetty. Always great, always high impact, always high energy, ready to go. Growing up in the '90s, I always liked Kenny Chaos and. Forgive me, I don't remember his name, but the Rage. They were high voltage in WCW. There was just
I
something,
remember those
just
guys.
something about these 2 big muscle-bound guys just picking guys up, throwing them down. I
Right.
just thought it was amazing. And then, gotta love the Outsiders, man. They were cool and cool, man.
Yes,
Cool and
I
cool. And
agree.
DX too. You know, the New Age Outlaws. They were great, and that was cool and cool. That was the stuff that appealed to me at my age because that's what was there. You know.
Right. So you started getting into it around the Attitude Era or a little before?
A little bit before the Attitude Era. I used to watch WCWs in the mornings with my dad,
Right.
so it was
Oh, cool.
like, there it is, you know.
We got a couple more questions.
Absolutely.
Leo Carbonneau Jr.,
Yes.
why do you guys refer everyone as Chuds? Because I want to know this answer too.
Well, if you're a chud, you're a chud. You can't be
'Cause you're a
studs like
chud.
us. You're just a chud.
What do you mean?
So chud came about. A friend of ours used to call people hideous chuds. Now a chud, as somebody explained on that Facebook post, is
Yeah,
a
I think it was Tanner.
cannibalistic. Yes,
Yeah, it came from the
cannibalistic
movie.
humanoid
Yes.
underdweller. Underground dweller, and that's from a movie from a guy in Gloucester who's actually friends with Chad Epic. Chad Epic knows him very well,
wow.
so shout out to that guy.
Yeah, and I guess, also a fan.
Also a fan of the
that's pretty
Express.
cool.
Thanks for your
Nice.
support, buddy. But yeah, so we just started calling people chuds because it's just a funny word.
It was a
and-
good way
Right.
to get heat, and it's stuck, and now it's like spreading through locker rooms.
Exactly.
Everyone's saying
Nice.
chud.
Exactly, and
Kids are saying chud, and it's become a chant too.
And it's also a mixture of being a chump and a dud. So the short answer is you're a chud.
Nice.
Yes.
Awesome. You guys know Jay Frost?
Yes.
Yes.
Jay
Jay
Frost says it. I'm going to quote him on this. In my opinion, the best tag team in New England right now. And his question is, who are some of the teams from outside New England? Just, let's say, who are some of your favorite teams from outside of New England? You kind of just answered that in a way, right?
Yep, with the Young Bucks and stuff like that.
Right.
Yeah, pretty much that's about it. We also like a lot of the New Japan guys. A lot of the New Japans are great, right?
Yeah. I actually think of a lot of Team Hispano. We wrestled recently. They were pretty good.
They were
and I
pretty
like
good.
a lot of those guys from New Jersey
Yeah.
that have been coming up, like the job security guys. They're pretty good. The Beach Bums.
Beach Bums are great. Yeah, I
We're
was going to
supposed
say that.
Might be coming up in the summer at some point for RWA. Who else?
I really want to wrestle the CPA and his tag partner.
Yeah,
there.
the Breakfast Club?
The Breakfast Club. That would be
Is
great.
that down in WrestlePro?
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
Also
yes.
another
Yeah,
Wrestle
Pat.
Pro team.
Yes.
Yeah, Pat Bucks.
Yes,
Promotion.
correct.
Nice. Just so you know, and he also says, he's just saying, the Middlesex Express versus LAX in parentheses EYFBO would be fire.
I would love it.
I would love it.
You
I
had
think
just
it would
said
be
it, yeah.
fun.
You
I
guys
think it
just
would.
said it too.
Yeah.
My buddy JP Griffin, who I think is coming on the week after I have Tony Roy for the first time. How hard was it for you guys breaking into independent wrestling?
We kind of came out of nowhere, so nobody knew who we were.
Right.
You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
the fact that they just thrusted us into the spotlight, or not necessarily the spotlight, but into the ring. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And nobody knew who we were. I felt like we had to work twice as hard for people to realize that we're not just jokes.
Right.
You know what I mean? We're here to work, and that's what we're here to do. We're just here to entertain. You know, we don't. It's not that we don't aspire to be on the grandest stage of them all. You know, but if we don't get there, we don't get there. That's fine because we love doing what we do, and that's
Right.
really what it breaks down to.
I mean, we showed up and we got booked, and then it just kind of snowballed.
That's really what it is. You put in
Sorry.
the effort, you get what you put in.
Right,
pretty much.
absolutely. You always got to work hard, guys. Whether you're wrestling or in life. I work in elementary school, and I tell the kids that every day, man. Got to be a hard worker. Don't be lazy.
Concurred.
Greg Blanchard wants to know, were there any tag teams that influenced your style of wrestling? As partners, I'm sorry.
As
Influence
partners?
your style.
Oh yeah, like again, the Heavenly Bodies.
Yep.
The Midnight Express. BWO is another one.
Yes, Nova and the Blue Meanie, they
Yep.
were great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say a lot of the '80s because it was like it wasn't so much as entertainment as it was methodical positioning. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like so if I know if I'm getting the stomps put to me, my partner's gonna have my back and he's gonna get this guy out of the ring. You know what I mean? So that way
That's
I
right.
can recover and come back down and get him.
Nice. Atlee Green wants to know, why wasn't Chad Epic in your corner on St. Patrick's Day when you guys defended the titles at WAW?
I think he had a different. I think he had to go south, right?
He was in Jersey for
That's what
On
it
Point
was.
Wrestling with another member of the Chad Epic Initiative.
Yeah, he was with our friend Rob Marsh at a deathmatch tournament. I
Yes,
believe.
the ultraviolet
Okay.
technician. Guys, look him up. Rob Marsh.
Ultraviolet
He's
Assassin,
a
I
big deal.
think,
He's
right?
very good.
Is it
very
still
good.
Assassin?
Technician.
Oh, it's technician
ultraviolet
now?
technician, Rob Marsh.
All right.
The next part of it is he's pretty much just asking you, is Chad thinking of leaving you guys for another team?
I would hope not, Chad.
I don't think so. Chad knows where the
I know
money
you're
is.
watching.
He follows us. He knows everybody's watching
what's up,
us.
Chad?
You know, hey Chad, how you doing?
So if you're watching, no, you better not.
Yeah, exactly.
But if you do, fine, whatever, man. Be that way.
Forever friends. Chad's been there since day one
Nice.
with us. You know,
Oh, yeah,
we called
we-
our first wrestling match of all time, and he just
Yeah.
He's been the best. He's like a brother to us.
I
He's-
definitely want to get him on down the line here. I really
He
I would
definitely's got a-
enjoy
he'd
having
have a lot
Chad
of
on.
You're
stories.
gonna have
He's
a hard
funny
time keeping
guy.
him quiet.
Yeah, that's all right. I talk a lot too. Before we get in the name game, let's just talk about some of the companies that you work for. Right
Sure.
now, are you guys champs anywhere?
Currently, we are the RWA Tag Team Champions. We are.
Two-time.
Yes, and then
We are the Elkmania Promotions New England Tag Team title holders.
that's right.
First ever,
ever,
last ever.
Wow.
Correct.
Nice.
And unfortunately, we recently lost our House of Bricks Tag Team Championships to the Baker Boys.
Yeah, I was
Coming
gonna
back
say.
for you, boys. When you're messing with men and you guys are boys, we'll get you.
Yeah, but we'll be coming back. I think it's May 18th.
May 18th, Jim was.
Gym Wars.
Jim Wars.
Nice. I actually was hit
follow
up
House of
yesterday
Bricks.
from Ryan Andrews.
Yes.
And they're all going to come on down the line on the show, yeah.
Excellent.
I think it's August.
Great guys.
Might be August 27th or something like that.
Excellent. Excellent.
Yeah, so you guys, so you haven't worked for Chaotic yet?
No,
Right.
Not yet.
Okay.
It hasn't come
Operative
up.
word.
I'm
Hopefully.
sure it's just a matter of time, guys. Seriously,
Yes.
you guys are
Yeah.
really good workers, man.
Thank you very much. Much
Ryan
appreciated.
Fury.
Thank you very much.
You know, you're welcome.
Please.
It's just,
Please.
you know. How about
I'm not gonna back.
How about we get into? How about this? Who are your biggest rivals? Who do you love to get in the ring with and smack around like you can't wait to, you know, land a
There's
good one
so
in
many
on?
guys.
So many.
I
We-
just like to just put my boots to their face.
Right?
So many.
I'd say recently, like I said, they've kind of taken a step back from the ring. But the Mac Attack, our frenemies, they were really good rivals for us,
Yep.
you know, because they're just silly chuds and masks, you know what I
Right.
mean? And we're the serious, you know, like guys. That was fun. Cool people as well.
Definitely
Lots of
cool
Big
people.
shout out to DJ
I feel like
AC,
everywhere we
Sammy
went
D.
for a long time.
Keep doing what you're doing, guys. You guys are doing
Cool
great.
people would come up. Always love to fight them. I hope we fight them forever.
That's cool. Matter of fact, we'll be talking about them in a minute. Let's jump into the name game.
Of course.
Your trainer, Brickhouse Baker.
Teach. Love
Yeah,
him.
it's Teach. It's his birthday
Birthday.
today.
I was just
Happy
birthday
birthday,
too.
Teach.
Happy birthday.
Teach. We love you, man. He'll tell you he's 49. He ain't
Yeah.
49.
Yeah.
Says
Pull it
who?
out of him. He'll tell you his age.
Juan said that today, right?
Yeah.
Put it out there, and then Brick said, I'm 49. I saw
yeah,
that.
that's Jordan. Jordan also a great guy. I love you, Jordan.
Jordan, yeah,
Yes.
that's good guy though, huh?
Excellent.
You should put him in the
Fellow Star
the
Trek
name,
fan.
Yeah.
What is it?
Fellow Star Trek fans.
Oh, really?
Star
The
Trek
old
fan.
stuff too, or just the new stuff?
Oh, all of it.
All of it?
Yeah.
All of
Nice.
it. Yeah.
That's cool. Right now, how about the cool people, DJ AC and Sammy DeLeon?
Those guys. No, really cool guys. We've known them since we've pretty much broken in around the same time.
Right.
So we got to work the circuit with each other a lot of different promotions.
Yeah.
And they've just been, like I said, one of our best rivals. Really cool people. Great
Yeah,
workers.
yeah, yeah.
Great
They're-
workers. Check them out.
New World Wrestling Extreme Tag Champions at that, I forgot what the name of that show is coming up, but it's May.
Modern Combat Warfare.
Combat
Yeah,
Warfare.
that's it, yep.
May
I'm not
8th?
sure what number it is.
think it's
but
six.
Six, maybe.
I think
yes.
it's 6.
Because I know it's.
Hope we're right, Jimmy.
So it's one of those 3-day weekends, and it's like it might be the 12th.
Could be.
Either way, look it up. Cool people are defending their tag team titles. Keep them shiny. We'll see maybe about those. And then, if I remember, they were also tag team champions at
UFO.
They were at UFO,
UFO.
yeah.
UFO.
yeah also, and yeah, they were tag team champions everywhere too.
Right.
They were.
What was
Hell
the
of a
last-
team.
They were
What was the
collecting
last
while we were
place they were at?
collecting.
Before we get into this real quick, more of the name guy, I just wanted to ask you guys, did you guys happen to wrestle at the Fenway show?
We did.
At the
We
second
did.
one,
The
yes.
second one?
second
How
one,
was
yeah.
that experience for you? I mean, seeing you from, Lowell and
Chaotic.
it's Fenway Park, man.
Oh yeah, it was hectic because it was the day after RWA's big yearly show, Legacy. So everyone jumped in the car.
Right.
We had to go take a nap. Went to Fenway, and you had to get in at 11 in the morning just to be there.
Right.
So you had to wait the entire day.
Yes.
You know, it was an
long
ordeal.
day.
It was a long day.
Surreal. Just
Everyone was there.
everyone was there. It's probably about
Hundreds of
100
dudes.
wrestlers
awesome.
in one room, and it's like,
Right.
excuse me, everywhere you go, everywhere you went, you knew everybody. You
Yeah,
know what
it
I
was
mean?
really
And it
cool.
was just like, oh, man, if that's not what wrestling is all about, I don't
Right.
know what it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just the brotherhood. It's
A lot of people was, trying to put it down, saying, you guys are all wrestling for free, da-da-da. I think it was more about being able to wrestle at Fenway Park more than
Of
anything.
course.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
of
Yeah,
course.
yeah, for sure.
Nice. How about, I don't know these guys at all. The stepdads, Rad Dad Radley Belmont and Papa Bear Wade Kruger. Sorry,
the
guys.
stepdads. Yeah. They're from New Jersey
I believe
area.
So New
Okay.
Jersey, New York, yeah.
New
Really
Jersey, New
cool
York.
guys. Really cool guys. We've had nothing but nice things to say about us, and we've had nothing but nice things to say about them.
Yeah, fun-
Top-notch workers, really nice
Fun
guys.
to work in the ring. A lot of spanking.
A lot of spanking.
Yeah, they will put you
Well,
over.
they used to spanking their kids.
Exactly.
Their stepkids.
Their stepkids. They ain't even their kids.
Yeah.
So funny. Good guys, for sure.
All right, you brought him up already a little bit, but maybe you can have anything else to say about the Mac Attack, Monster Mac, and trainee number 1. And this is the masked Monster Mac, not Steve Mac.
Correct.
Check out their podcast, the MacCast.
Yes,
If
thank
you're a
you.
fan of like a lot of the local wrestling and you like shows like this, I would recommend checking out the MacCast. They do a lot of great interviews.
Gotta check it
They
out.
just did one with Kellen recently.
Oh, wow.
Kellen
Kellen
Thomas.
Thomas, and
Yeah,
that was very
the
well.
Riot.
One of my
Really good
favorite
guy.
interviews they did recently was the Sheldon Goldberg one. where
he's
he
coming on
did,
soon,
he
yeah.
did a lot of stuff about the background and production and how
Right,
he got
right.
into that. I thought that was amazing.
It's-
There was one from a few years ago too. They did with Sarge from Showcase.
Yep, Sarge Muldoon.
That was amazing because
Yeah.
he was in the WWF.
Right.
So he had a lot of stories from like guys from way back in the day, and that was also a great interview. You should check out. Also check out our interview.
Yo, definitely.
Yes,
That's what I'm going
sure.
to check
Check
out.
out
I definitely
For
want
sure.
to listen
It's a couple
to it.
years dated, but it's a lot of the same stuff, but a little more detail.
Exactly.
Nice. Yeah, I can't remember who it is, but I saw like a clip on Facebook one time of one of their interviews, and it was from a local guy. I can't remember who it was, but it was pretty cool. How about next? The Reflers. 5-star Scott Lador and Chris Matrix.
Now known as Diabolical Scott Lador.
Ah.
He's doing very, very well. Chris Matrix also doing very well. I mean, he's had better days, unfortunately. He just lost the Showcase Pro Wrestling title to Ronnie Ribbs, who I'm sure we'll talk about in a
man.
minute. Both great guys. I like them a lot. Scott was cool. Chris was cool.
Yep.
Yeah, just good guys.
I will say I miss them together. We only got to wrestle them once as a tag team, and I'm a little bummed. I wish they would get back together, like
Yeah.
just for a couple of shows, so we can wrestle them as a tag team one more, because they've gotten so much better in the last few years, and they've done some good things.
Yeah, but Scott Lador's on a tag team now with Jack Kruger, so maybe we'll see you guys sometime soon.
Yeah, you never know.
Yeah, I'd like to see that myself. How about the Fellowship? G.A. West, and you just mentioned him, Ronnie Ribbs, with my buddy, Dr. Ozone. Love that guy.
Love Doc Ozone. He
So
is
Doc
just
Ozone is nothing but love. He
100%
truly is one of
heart
the
of gold,
nicest
that
guys.
guy.
Yes, he is.
Nicest guy ever.
100%. Really nice guy. Ronnie Ribbs, very, very, very nice. He was very instrumental in
Talented, too.
exactly talented and wanted
Yeah.
to put us over. You know what I mean?
Right.
He had a setback with the shoulder injury last year, and he came back. And let me tell you something. He put his all into getting better, into being in better shape, into getting a better
yeah.
physique, and to be a better worker. And he's a really great guy. GA West, Osiris, love Osiris.
One of my favorite guys, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, actually, Cyrus, we'll see you this Friday.
This
We'll
Friday
get you.
at NCW, as a matter of
get you.
fact, we'll be wrestling him with Foxy Calvin Campbell.
Oh,
along
Foxy.
with Doc Ozone in their corner.
Yeah, like I said,
So
Doc.
we'll see you, man.
Doc's always
bit.
treated me really good. I actually saw him. I can't remember who it was at a show maybe 4 months ago, and he comes up behind me and he's like, "I haven't seen you in forever."
Always with a big hug.
Always.
Just a
Always.
super
Destroys
guy.
you.
How about the heavy hitters? I know they're no longer tag team because if I'm not mistaken, Frank left, right?
Yes,
Correct.
unfortunately.
And his partner is
Shady Shea Cass.
Yes. They were a good team.
Amazing
Damn.
team.
Excellent.
Right?
They have a presence about them, and it's not
Yeah.
just because they're two really big guys. When you look at them, you know they can beat you up.
Yeah.
You know that there's something behind them that's driving them to want to be this bad. Really great guys, class acts. Yeah, partner, what do you think about them?
Oh, a couple of the nicest guys. I could wrestle the heavy hitters every show,
Right.
and I would be perfectly fine with that. Every match we did was always something different. They always pushed us a little bit more. There was always they always were just really fun guys. They were really easy, always on the same page.
Concurred.
Nice. How about the guys that took your house a Bricks Tag Team Championship? Devin and David Baker.
Well, Devin is a big idiot.
Devin is a big idiot. We love you, Devin.
They said that, Devin.
We love you, Devin. We love you, Devin. Yeah, David and Devin, really two guys. They're pretty much like our brothers.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. All jokes aside.
All jokes aside, they helped us to be better because we
David
did a lot of
certainly
work.
is a brick.
He is a
Yeah.
brick. He is a brick, and they're definitely their father's
Right.
sons for
Oh,
sure.
for sure. All of them.
I hope you're taking your
I love
father
it.
out to dinner
And
tonight,
I'm taking
guys.
those belts
Yeah,
back. We're
yeah.
taking them back. Just
take 'em.
wait.
Nice. How about the Cam and connection, Anthony Green and Cam Zagami?
Never had the pleasure of getting to share a ring with them.
Right.
Recently, as you can see, they've split up.
Yes.
And they
Bummer,
have their
actually,
thing.
yeah.
Very big bummer.
I would have liked to have wrestled them if it came up.
Absolutely.
They did some pretty cool stuff. I liked
Definitely.
what they had.
I felt like we were a good contrast to each other when
Yep.
they were a team and us as a team. And had we just gotten the chance to do it, I think it would have been excellent.
Yeah.
Nice.
Top notch, all those guys, by the way. Good job, Anthony Green in the Super 8. You did very well.
Yeah, and Richard Holiday. Congratulations, Richard Holiday, Mr.
Very
Marketable.
This is.
Yeah,
I like Richard
congratulations
Holiday.
on winning the
I'm a
ECWA
marketable
Super
fan.
8, which is something I followed since they started in the magazines and stuff.
Yep.
Incredible accomplishment.
Very nice.
Guys that are going to be coming on here in a few weeks. Last time they were scheduled, something happened. I can't remember if I was sick or I got stuck at work. But picture perfect. Vern Vicalo and Mr. Fitness himself, Dan Terry.
Yeah, we actually wrestled them at NCW.
Made our debut against those guys.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
The
Yes.
first show of the year for NCW recently, which you can actually watch on Vimeo on the NCW TV. Is it Vimeo or Daily Motion?
I'm gonna have to
Either
get back to you, but just
Vimeo or
look it up.
Daily Motion, look on one of them, NCW TV, in the latest episode. You can watch us against them.
Nice.
Yeah.
Really nice guys. I like Vern a lot. We've
Yeah.
known Dan since we first broke in, and
Oh, okay.
Dan's
I'm a
always
big
been
Dan
very
Terry
kind
fan.
to us. Yes,
I'm,
absolutely.
I'm definitely a big
That's
Dan
right.
Terry fan
I'm
outside
definitely
the ring.
DTF.
Nice. Matt and Brian Logan. Not couple low boys in your area, Centerville.
Go on a limb and say, not going on a limb and saying this, but they are the tag team in New England.
If there was one that I could say that a lot of us looked up to, it would be like them.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if did I mention it before, but I used to know Matt and Brian. They used to have the same friends in the neighborhood, and I saw them in high school growing up. So it would be really cool if we got to actually wrestle.
Right.
You know, especially if we got to wrestle in Lowell.
Yeah.
That would blow my mind.
That
us
would
know.
be awesome.
Let us know. We'd love to, guys.
And those guys, like you said, one of the top tag teams in the area, too. How about a tag team that's pretty much killing it all over right now, too? The Main State Posse. Now, I got a question. I've only seen two of them. Is there really three?
There is
There
three.
is
So
three.
it's Alexander Lee, Aiden Agro,
and Danger Kid.
and Danger Kid.
Oh,
Danger
yeah.
Kid. We know
Hell
all
of
three
a
of them
team.
very well. Absolutely. Killing it everywhere,
Killing it
they,
everywhere
go.
they go.
They deserve their spot.
Right.
They absolutely excuse me, they absolutely deserve their spot. Coming from Maine, like all the way up from Maine,
Yeah.
and making these shows, and then coming back and doing the drives, like they're awesome. They're awesome.
They definitely do the drives.
Right.
Like for sure.
They just actually they were the chaotic champs.
They were.
They just
Surely.
lost it in a three-way. Great tag team.
We actually are going to be wrestling them at the next Alchemania show coming up.
Oh,
Which is
nice.
Saturday.
This Saturday.
Nice.
A Nightmare on Bow Street.
How
Check it out
about
on
at the end
Facebook.
of the show we'll plug it again?
Absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
I love plugging people's shows. How about Killanova, Christian Casanova, excuse me, and Triplicious?
Tripp's a really nice guy. We met Trips a few years ago when we first broke into the RWA, the Renegade Wrestling Alliance. Really, really nice guy. Always pushing us. We actually got to wrestle Triplicious
Yeah.
at XWA one time.
A couple of times at XWA at a Resolution.
The Resolution, the WrestleMania, that was really fun.
Yeah, he was with Adrenaline Rush, and we were with the Two Buff.
That's another hell of a
Yeah.
team, too. Though.
Adrenaline
Oh, we worked them a whole bunch of
Wow.
times.
Yes, love those guys.
Amazing dudes right now.
How about
Casanova,
talk
also
about them?
Christian Casanova.
Oh,
Very,
yeah,
very
Chris-
nice guy. Very nice guy.
Never
Very
got
hard
to
worker.
work Christian Casanova.
Yeah.
My mom's a big fan, which makes me kind of upset.
There's a
I
reason,
hear you.
there's a reason why he's top talent.
Right.
And he's doing his thing, and I hope nothing but the best for
Stay
him.
away from my
He
mom.
just wrestled Phoenix
Just kidding.
That he did.
the other day.
I know.
On that
I'm
same
so
show,
for that. Amazing.
Flip wrestled
The other one, Penta
Penta
OM.
OM. Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Seto M. I
huh?
love those guys. I follow a lot of Mexican wrestling,
right.
so I'm all about it.
Incredible matches too. I saw a clip on Facebook of Christian. You know, he hit a series of moves, and I mean, incredible. What a talent.
Top talent, to be exact.
Yes. How about Adrenaline Rush? Daniel Evans and Keith Youngblood.
That's a real punch, brother.
That's
a real
That
punch.
danger punch is absolutely dangerous.
Oh man, we've had some battles with those guys. I miss wrestling those guys.
Come around, guys. We see you.
Hell of
Yeah,
a
we
team.
miss you guys.
Absolutely.
We've actually been trying to get him on the show soon, so hopefully after they watch this, they'll know that they need to come on soon. How about young guys that are training down with Brian Fury, and now they're branching out a little bit. DL Hurst and Brett Domino.
DL Hurst and Brett Domino. Those guys I've been watching them since they debuted and progressed, and I really like their style.
Yeah,
for sure.
I've been saying for months now that partner, we gotta get on this.
Yeah,
we
we
gotta
gotta
find someone to
Yep.
want to see DL Hurst and Brett Domino against the Middlesex Express. So we'd love to do that. If any promoters, any bookers out there want to do that, let us know.
DL Hurst actually just had a great match with Sully Banger last night.
That he did.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Brian Fury. There's another match you could sign these guys to wrestle in. How about the Liberty States from Liberty States Wrestling? Johnny Vegas and Todd Sopel.
Johnny Vegas, awesome. Awesome is the only word to describe him. Johnny Vegas has been around for a long time now.
Yes,
He
he
knows
has.
this stuff, and he is always willing to give back to the younger guys, and that's exactly what this business needs.
Cool guys. I've met him a couple of times.
Yep.
Yeah.
Todd, very solid worker. I've known of Todd for many, many years, and he's doing his thing with Liberty State. So all the power
Running
to
a
you.
good company.
Absolutely.
Excellent.
He's got a packed show every time. It's good for these guys. Love Johnny Vegas, too, by the way. How about Pretty Psycho? Remember them? Because you went to a lot of...
Used to love them. I used to
Handsome
love them
Johnny,
all the
now
time.
Warbeard Hanson, and Psycho. Is Psycho wrestling at all anymore?
I actually was going to ask you the same thing.
Yeah,
if
I
you've
don't
ever
think
seen
he
him.
does, man, but I wish he'd come back.
Last time I saw Psycho was at I think it was at a Chaotic show for some sort of battle royal or something. Maybe it was like the.
the one that Scott Reed jumped into, too.
Correct. Yes.
Scott Reed was in that, huh?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Wow. I missed
Scott's
that.
awesome, too. Man.
Scott is awesome. He is. He went to Japan for a little while, didn't he? Right.
I think he did, but now he's running his
The
nutrition
yeah,
store.
and he's doing
Good
big
for
things.
him, man. Great guy. How about I don't know these guys, but Superiority Complex. You know
Yes.
these guys?
Yes.
Tony Naz and Roy Flashgood.
Yes, we.
Oh, wait, we worked them that one time at that Beyond Wrestling taping.
Correct.
last
That's right. I got him from
November.
like that. Yeah.
Correct. Yeah. Really good hands. Really good hands. Got a
Big
great look.
dudes.
They have a great look. Roy Flash Gordon looks amazing.
Really?
Always willing to fly. Always willing to work with you. He's a very nice guy. Tony Naz. I didn't have as much interaction with him as I did Roy, but pretty solid guys.
Yeah.
Nice. Now we're gonna get into some tag teams that I really liked, in the last few years. Jay and Mark Briscoe out of Ring of Honor Company.
Dem boys. Dem boys are exactly what they are. They are dem boys. They are dem boys that will put the boots to you.
Oh yeah.
And very, very good. Unfortunate that which one broke their leg recently? Was that Jay or Mike?
I think it was Jay.
It was Jay. Yeah. I mean, that's a
I didn't even
setback
know
for
that. That
anybody.
sucks.
Yeah, it was a setback for anybody.
man.
I'm sure they'll be back and be strong as ever. Very, very good.
Yeah, great tag team. Well, I think they've been in Ring of Honor since they started, right? So like
Since the beginning.
16 years.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, incredible. Matter of fact, at one
cornerstones.
point, Jay could only wrestle. Mark was too young.
Yeah.
I mean, he used to stand outside and like kind of manage him or whatever.
Yeah.
How about one of my all-time favorite tag teams, the Hit Squad?
Terrifying.
Terrifying.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, big dudes, big dudes.
But I remember one match I was on with them in Private Party. It was really good. I forgot what promotion it was. I saw it on my Facebook.
House of Glory?
Could
have very well
I
been
think
that.
it was House
Yeah.
of Glory. It was
I
Red
think,
Ring.
I think it was.
Oh man, it was such a great match.
Yeah, those guys kill it in the ring every time, and I guess they're not being booked at Beyond no more. I don't know what happened, but come on, Drew, bring them back. They're a great tag team. People want to see them.
Exactly. Attractions.
Yes. How about the Kings of Wrestling, Claudio Castagnoli, but obviously Cesaro now,
Yep.
Huh.
and Chris Hero.
I will go out on a limb and say that they were the greatest tag team to ever step foot into a Ring of Honor ring. And that's not discrediting anybody else, but
Right.
to me, their style is exactly what I like. To me, that's
Nice.
that's my flavor of wrestling.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I was big fans of those guys before they all went up to the WWF,
Yeah.
whatever. So, yeah, good stuff.
Yeah, great tag team. The Second City Saints,
Cole
which
Cabana.
was Ace Steel, Cole Cabana, and CM Punk. Any of the two of them, you know what I mean? As a tag team.
Well, obviously, CM Punk is great. Cole Cabana is great, and so is an Ace Steel.
Cabana's hilarious.
Cabana is hilarious.
Oh, he is.
Funny as money.
He
Funny as money.
He's probably the best wrestler out there now that covers all the bases. Like, he covers it all in a match,
Oh,
With
yeah.
the comedy spots, the serious spots, and a lot of people don't remember, excuse me, his feud with Homicide in Ring of Honor.
Yes.
Remember that? They brought out the violent side of him.
Right.
Cole Cabana.
You know?
So he couldn't just be a goofball that he can get down.
Exactly.
serious.
He had to get down to business on that feud.
Which you really don't see at all anymore.
Right. Steen Erico, El Generico, Sami Zayn, and Kevin Steen, who's now Kevin Owens.
For these two guys to not be in the top feud or tag team or just people in the wrestling business and all would just be a atrocity. You know
Right.
what I mean? Those guys are great. They work the crowd. They work. They do it well, 100% well, without even thinking.
They're on the WF teaming right now. I mean, pretty much says it all.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. You guys said this would be a dream matchup for you. How about Matt and Nick Jackson, the Young Bucks?
Yeah,
That would be super.
that would
kick.
be super. It would be super. It would be a party, as they say. Yeah, that's no words. There's no words for that.
How about the American Wolves, Eddie Edwards, Davey Richards?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that'd be a
Absolutely.
treat.
Very, very good. See them in New England, like Eddie Edwards,
Right.
for so long. You know what I mean?
Unbelievable,
And to
yeah.
see him make it, and then when he finally won that heavyweight championship on TV, it was very well deserved. Very well deserved.
Absolutely. I'm a huge Eddie Edwards fan. And it's nice to see him still kicking ass
For sure.
in Impact Wrestling.
Of course.
Before I move on to another team, I want to do another Eddie Edwards tag team. His tag team with the late great DC Dillinger, Sabotage.
Yes.
That's
I
classic.
unfortunately didn't get to see much of Sabotage, but from what I did see, I did like. And DC Dillinger it seemed like a very nice. I think I've met him maybe one time,
Right.
and he was a very nice person, and very sad to hear about
He
that.
used to scare the shit out of me. Just with the look that, seriously. And I even said to George Cal, I'm like, I don't think he likes me. And George said, trust me, Leo, if you didn't like it, you really would have known it.
Yes.
Great working though. One guy that was like a heat magnet. He could literally come out, just stand there. People wanted to throw things. I mean, they hated him. That's real heat. One of my other favorite independent tag teams that are no longer a tag team, as one of them has passed away. The Backseat Boys, Johnny Cashmere and Trent Acid. You guys watch them at all?
I've never actually heard of him. I'm sorry, but I have heard of Trent Acid.
I have
Yeah.
heard of Trent Acid, but as far as the tag team, I have not heard of them. No.
Okay. Now, seeing that I ran out of names, we're going to talk about other tag teams. I'm just going to bring up tag teams and tell me what you think
Absolutely.
of them. The Bar, Cesaro, and Sheamus.
tell you something. Cesaro breaking his face off the turnbuckle post like that and still finishing in the beginning of the match. He's got a set on him, and
Right.
all the power to him. Cesaro just such a big guy, and they're both so smart. So smart and just very well.
Physical, man.
The
Exactly.
matches they've been putting on with the Usos lately, it's just been really off the hook.
Yeah. And speaking of them, Jimmy and Jay Uso.
They were born to be in the business.
Yeah, great lineage. I was a bigger fan of like the bright colored Usos though,
Yep,
with the
yep.
shorts and stuff. Like when they flipped them and they had all the street clothes. I don't know. I'm not a big
Right.
fan of that. But still fun to watch.
They're still, they're still killing it every time they go out there. How about Breezango?
Hilarious.
Definitely hilarious.
Absolutely hilarious. I love it. Mahawk, as they say. What are you doing with that Mahawk? It just had me dying, honestly. Very, very good. Johnny Curtis, really, really great hand. And very, very good. Very good.
And, he's a local guy, New England guy.
Yep,
That's
from
right.
Maine,
He
right?
used to work
Yeah.
wrestle at an NCW in the
Oh,
past.
oh
before,
really?
right?
Yeah, he
Is that-
probably has.
Yeah,
I know.
I could be wrong,
Yeah.
but I think I heard a mention of that at some point. I just don't remember when.
Nice. How about our War Machine?
Awesome.
I'm sorry.
War
Raiders.
War Raiders.
Yeah.
Very, very good. Very physical, like we were talking about earlier. Very,
Yeah.
very physical tag team. They know exactly what people like, so that's what they do when they go out there. They do give the people what they want.
Cartwheels.
Cartwheels.
Keep
Yeah,
doing the
we all
cartwheels.
want,
We all want
we
the-
all
want the
want
cartwheels.
Cartwheels. I'm sorry, Warbeard.
Pops every time.
Been following him since he started, man. It's just amazing, how far he's come. And to see him on the big stage right now, it's so well deserved.
And his transformation from when he was injured in Chaotic Wrestling, and then he came back as the brand new bad, and I was like,
Yeah.
wow, look at this guy,
Right.
What a stud,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? And now that he completely 100% found who he was in Warbeard Hansen, and it's just couldn't be any more elated for him.
Right.
Funny story.
Yeah.
I went to a one-day training camp, and because I'm just an absolute goofball, and I like to do crazy, stupid things to make make a fool out of
And
myself.
where was it?
It was at the New England Pro.
Oh,
It was
so
a
it
one-day
was-
training camp, like
Okay.
long before we even started really wrestling.
Okay.
He was training, and I went there with like a cut-off shirt, and like short shorts and sunglasses, and I had like this big attitude and stuff. And I was much skinnier than I am now.
Yeah.
I'm really skinny. I was a twig. So we're doing promos, and I do we're doing tie-ups, I think, or something, and. Mercedes KV was there actually.
Yeah.
Funny story. So we tie up, and he's like, "We'll let the broads go first." And I'm like, "That's Mr. Broad to you." I'd been up all night. I didn't got any sleep. We did promos later
That's
on,
awesome.
and ever since then, like I just kept the name, and I was like, "It's the Broad side of wrestling. I'm the Broad," and I've been Stephen Broad ever since. And I've been lucky
Nice.
that never had to change my name, which is great. That
That's
never
cool.
happens.
Yeah.
So it's something I always kind of thought was like really neat.
Right. Another tag team down at NXT, Heavy Machinery.
Oh yeah, Dozovich and Tucker Knight, right?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
Missed that one.
Funny.
Was it Dozovich?
Dozovich, yeah.
I'm gonna have to check this
He
out.
cracks me up in the ring. He's like a friggin' fire hydrant.
He is. He's built like a fire hydrant.
is.
It reminds me almost of kind of like he has the same frame almost like of Rhino. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it's just
So he's
Little
bright
shorter.
red with horns.
Yes.
Little
yes.
shorter,
Like a fire
but
hydrant.
definitely built like
With
Rhino.
horns.
yes.
How about the NXT Tag Team Champions, the Undisputed Era, also known as Red Dragon,
Yes.
Kyle O'Reilly, and Bobby Fish.
Clearly, I mean, everything seems, their work speaks volumes. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Very, very good. I like everything that they do. It's
yeah.
unfortunate that Bobby Fish got hurt.
Yes.
But yeah, I mean, heal up, man.
Takeover was incredible.
Yeah.
The last
Takeover
takeover
was
was
incredible.
What did you guys think
Blew
of
my
that
mind.
Roderick Strong joining them? I loved it.
I
Personally,
popped. I thought it was great.
I loved it.
I thought it was great. I've always liked Roddy.
Oh yeah.
Nice. How about we talk about Dalton Castle?
So, one of our unofficial dreams
Yep.
are to be a stand-in for the boys.
I love to be one of the boys.
Nice.
That's tailor-made for us. Look at us. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
It would just be cool. It would be really, really cool.
How about Jay Lethal?
Jay Lethal has the best Ric Flair impression you'll ever see in your life.
Absolutely.
Very, 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 very good wrestler.
I think it's a little bit underrated in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Black Machismo was awesome.
I think
Yeah.
he should be like they should be pushing him like further than that.
Like when Ring of Honor did, remember, he was the television champion
And the
and the
heavyweight
world
champ.
champion. So
Yeah.
they did at one time, pushed him to the moon. But I think you're right. They kind of not pushing him at all now.
yeah.
well, I mean,
You know?
he,
I mean that does happen. I know like
Right.
things come and go, but I always felt like he was a bit underrated.
Yeah. What do you guys think? What do you guys think of WrestleMania 34?
Long.
Oh, it was
Wicked long.
Wicked long, but I mean that's the commitment that you make.
Right.
That's the commitment that you make. If you want to see the grandest stage of them all, you're gonna have to take time to watch.
I
you
made
know
it
what
through
I mean?
it in one night without falling asleep. And
Exactly.
It was definitely hard for me because I have the worst attention span ever.
What did you guys think about the Taker John Cena match? A lot of people were complaining that it was too short, and the Undertaker shouldn't have won or whatever. I was glad to see it be a short match because I don't want to see the Undertaker struggling in the
Yes.
ring. You know, I want to see him being, the normal Undertaker that kicks everybody's ass.
I like the tease
know?
too, that they teased it the whole
Yeah.
few weeks coming up, and it's like, oh, he's probably not going to show up. And it actually had me fooled for a second that he wasn't going to show up.
Right.
Not gonna lie.
And it blew me away on, because he had retired the glove, the hat, and the cape. To see, I was wondering how they were going to do that, bringing it back. And I loved how they showed it in there. Then the lights went out, and it wasn't there anymore, and he was standing there wearing it.
Exactly.
Thought that was pretty cool.
Oh, wicked.
I thought it was really great. I thought that he was gonna come back as the American Badass.
That's what I thought, because Kid Rock was
A
in.
lot of people
Exactly,
I thought.
and I think that's exactly what they wanted people to think.
Right, exactly. Like, they knew it wasn't going to happen, but they wanted everybody to guess and think it was going to happen.
They're not dumb. They're not schmucks.
Oh, definitely
know.
not.
They know.
I thought the card was great. What do you guys think? What was your favorite match?
My favorite was the Ronda Rousey match.
Yeah,
The
nice.
intergender match. I thought that was great, especially when they started going into all the old, when Triple H and Kurt Angle did all their old spots.
Oh, yeah.
From back in the day. Oh man, they didn't miss a step, although it was a bit slower. And you could tell they were like whispering, like maybe they were whispering to each other. At least I imagine they were whispering to each other, like, "We're getting too old for this guy. I don't know if I can keep doing this."
My favorite probably would have to be Charlotte and Asuka. I mean,
That was incredible.
Oh, that was about.
like
That was really
80%
good.
of the women wrestlers out there are better than the men wrestlers.
Oh, right now, yeah.
And they have to get that. You know what I mean?
Right.
They're owed that much. You know what I mean? Everybody dismisses women wrestling as, oh, it's just women's wrestling. No, a lot of the women's wrestlers are better wrestlers than the men wrestlers.
Right.
Can we
And-
talk about some of the local women wrestlers too? Like that
Oh,
we have
absolutely.
right now.
Yeah.
You know, like
Let's
we have
do
Liz. Liz right
Isana.
now. She's coming up.
Isana's very,
great.
very good
Oh,
wrestler.
yeah, she is.
Check her out. Check out her Facebook at Isana.
How about Adira?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Adira. Yep,
You
she's
know,
very,
then
very
she's
good.
killing it too.
And Ash and Delmy, even though they
Yes.
might not be tagging anymore, both
Yep.
of them on their own, and Jocelyn too. Her and Caitlin Diamond put on, I think, like an awesome match last night at Live Prov.
Yes, they
Nice.
did.
And
Caitlin
actually,
Diamond,
if you
right?
follow the
said?
Live Prov show, you can actually watch DL Hurst versus Ashley Vox. Go check it out, share it.
It's on Live
Nice.
Prov on
Excellent
Facebook.
match.
Yep.
Yeah, let's talk about some more women now. Mistress Belmont.
Love Mrs. Belmont. We actually had the privilege of having her in a 6-way tag match at RWA 2 years
As
ago.
your tag team partner?
As a pa-
Wow,
yeah, it
that's
was-
awesome.
For me,
was-
it was a dream come true. 'Cause
I think she's fantastic.
It was.
one of the
She's
nicest people.
so very polite, so very cordial. Always wanted to make sure that our best interest, excuse me, was protected.
You sound like me. I got
Mouthful.
I always screw it up. that
Of
way.
course, yeah.
Alicia Edwards.
I don't know her personally.
Yeah.
I've seen her wrestle forever in chaotic wrestling.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
As that was the double X diva or something like that. I think
Yes,
that's what
yes,
her tagline was.
yeah.
She's
Actually,
wrestling Mercedes
Alexa.
all
Alexa,
the time.
yeah.
But she's using the Alicia in Impact.
Of course, yes. She's great, awesome, fantastic.
Yeah,
worker.
she's actually wrestling our friend Isana very soon. I want to say in Lucky Pro.
It is Lucky Pro, yes.
Oh,
At the next Lucky
so
Pro.
have you
show.
guys have worked at other shows for Lucky Pro? Jim
we
and Chris
we've
are
never-
fantastic. But you're going to be working for
No, we've
Oh,
never.
no.
We've
We're
never,
just followed. And it's our
Jim,
friend. We're putting her
Chris,
over.
what are you waiting for? Do I have to send you a private message? Both those guys, fantastic. Love
Thank
them
you.
both. You know?
Thank you.
I'm okay.
Trying to think who else. Skylar.
Skylar did. She just won a championship last
Yeah,
night. Did she not?
Yes.
Yeah,
Good
she's
for her.
One of the
Good
best
for her.
matches I've heard.
She's very nice. We were slated to wrestle her and Jimmy Leary at a live prov, but that ended up getting canceled due to bad weather, and we just haven't had the chance. And hopefully one day soon. Hopefully
Is
one day
that
soon.
the guy she's with all the time, right?
Yes,
That-
yes,
okay.
yes.
Yeah, he's great on the mic.
He is.
Good in the ring too. Don't get
Oh,
me
of
wrong.
course,
but
yeah.
Excellent.
Really good on the mic.
Excellent hair.
Yeah, yeah,
Excellent hair, he says.
yeah. But your hair's pretty good too, though.
Thank you.
Isn't it
You
nice?
know?
Isn't it got a nice like
I've
a
never had
Barry
that.
Gibb
I
flow?
didn't really like it at first, but it's grown on me.
Dude, if I let my
Literally.
hair grow, right, when it got down to there, it would be out to like here. My hair just grows out. Like it
Yeah.
doesn't get
Just
no
do it.
length at all.
Do it.
Let's
You
see.
got to get a flat iron. Let's
See,
see.
who else we got for women around here? Lizzie Reyes. You know Lizzie?
I have not met her. No.
Okay. Trying to think who Pat's booked lately. Yeah, we'll skip that. I want to go back to the WrestleMania thing. How you said Rousey and Angle,
Yeah.
Triple H, Stephanie was your favorite match of the night. Mine too. I thought the women stole the show, to be honest with
absolutely.
you. You know, at the beginning, how Stephanie would sucker her. Beautiful. Honestly, I mean, it was incredible. And Rhonda, a lot of people were worried how she was going to be in the ring. I think she hit everything perfect. She really did look phenomenal
Yeah,
in the
she
ring.
surprised us for sure.
She for sure exceeded expectations from
Perfect
everybody,
way to put it.
From everybody, and then I think that's what would get a lot of people to shut their mouths about her.
Right.
You know, and that's all. All you need is just that one opportunity, that one chance to
Yep.
show people that you know what you're doing, to show people that you have what it takes. And hats off to her. Hats off to her.
Most definitely. How about we go into Impact? Oh, you know something? I got NXT TakeOver. There's two matches that I think stood head above the others. That ladder match, the six-way ladder match, and the main event, Gargano and Ciampa. Why don't we go with that first?
Sure.
Would you guys, I mean, how much did you enjoy that match? Because I know I thought it was fantastic.
Oh, I was on the edge of my seat, both of them.
Right.
I liked the whole event. It was great.
I really liked the main event. Was very, very good. It was a lot. It was a lot, and it was a long match, and they definitely pushed each other to the limit. And we've seen Tommaso Ciampa wrestle for
Right.
like ever
Tommy
chaotic
Penmanship.
shows. Tommy Penmanship. He
Yep.
was just
I
so
remember
great.
that too.
So
love
so
Tommy
great.
Penmanship,
Him and Arch Kincaid, right? We're a tag
Yep,
team, and they
that's
were just
right.
intellectual property.
Oh, yes.
Intellectual
yes.
property.
Fantastic, fantastic.
I miss Arch Kincaid. I really, the guy was so good. I don't know why. Do you guys know why he stopped wrestling?
I
have
don't know.
no idea.
I had seen him not while he was wrestling with Ciampa as intellectual property. A few years later, when we were attending chaotic wrestling shows, and he came out, and I think it was some sort of match or something. But he came out and he looked like $1 million.
Yeah.
And he was still great on the microphone.
Yep.
And then he put the work in, and it was awesome.
Yeah, that match was just unbelievable. I actually thought Ciampa was going to win. I thought Gargano was coming up real quick.
Exactly.
So I mean, and he didn't come out Tuesday, right? Last week with
No,
SmackDown.
I didn't see it.
So I'm wondering when he's going to come up. You know.
Yeah.
And you know he's going to eventually. If he can't wrestle at NXT, the only logical place is to bring him to the
Very true.
SmackDown
To the main
or
shows.
Raw.
Yeah, exactly.
What about that six-way ladder match?
I loved it. I'm really enjoying Velveteen Dream. He's really been blowing my mind recently.
22 years old. Can you
Amazing.
imagine that? At 22 years old.
And who would have
That's
thought?
crazy.
Who would have thought on the Tough Enough? That,
oh,
it's
EC?
just to think that this goofy guy
Yeah.
who didn't even win,
Right.
still made it.
Yeah.
Still
And
made
you know
it.
what's funny about that is I was talking to Daryl about this today because we always hang out Monday when I get out of work and we come to, he comes and watches the show. But Velveteen Dream, when he comes out, just like Ricochet. When Ricochet came out, you could see how confident he is. The presence,
yeah.
the charisma. He doesn't even have to say anything, just walking out and stopping and looking at the crowd. Amazing. I mean, I really do feel he's going to be the next huge star.
The thing to me is, if you don't believe in yourself,
Yeah.
why should anybody else believe in you? You know what I mean? When I step through that curtain, I'm not just me. I mean, I'm me.
Right.
But I'm Stephen Lust. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And the minute I walk through that curtain, everybody knows who I am. You know, they know that I'm gonna go out there. I'm gonna deliver some hot sauce.
Yeah.
You're gonna get stomped out like the chud you are. You know, and that's that's
love
exactly what they do. Guys like
Right.
Ricochet, guys like the Velveteen Dream, pretty much everybody that was in that match.
Yeah.
Fantastic, phenomenal.
Yeah. And like you said, though, like I said, Velveteen Dream, you brought it up first, 22 years old. Seriously, and to see, I think he's nailing this gimmick, too, that he's doing, I kind of wonder when they said that, he started to do it. So many people have done that and failed, I don't think this kid's going to fail at all, man. Too much talent for him to fail at a gimmick like this.
And even if he
And he's
leaves,
nailing it.
I think he'd be fine anywhere.
Yeah,
even
I
if
would
he
too.
had if he had to leave or got dropped from his contract, just really good stuff.
And even if he wasn't the Velveteen Dream, anywhere else he would go, he would still be that impressive of a
Yeah.
performer because, again, he would believe in himself.
Yes. Oh, he's got so much talent. And like I was saying too about Ricochet, when he comes out, you could just see it. He doesn't even
oozes
have to
it.
say anything. You know what I mean? He walks out, you know you're looking at a star. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Matter of fact, when he came out from last week's NXT and he was talking, and he just reminded me of The Rock. Seriously, not like wrestling wise, by the way he stood there and the way he talked. You know
Right.
what I mean?
Confidence.
Wicked. I mean,
Confidence.
that kid's got so much, and he ought to. I mean, look at all the stuff he's done in the business already, and he's what? 20, I think I want to say he's 28 or 29.
He's 29. Yeah, he's a year
Yeah.
younger than me, and he's just very nice guy. I've met him
Yeah.
on multiple occasions. Very, very nice guy.
Right. How about let's talk about a local guy. How about Flip Gordon?
What's there not to say about Flip? That guy is just great, and he's a stud.
Yeah.
Look at him.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
he's
nice.
protects
Nice
the
guy.
country.
Exactly.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you.
You know, Chase Belmonte was on the show, and we brought up Flip, and he said something that I never even thought of. He said Flip is so good at what he does, and he said it's because he has the best balance that Chase had ever seen in wrestling. He's seen a lot of high flyers, but he said his balance is what makes him head and shoulders above other high flyers. Just figured I'd
believe
throw
it.
that out there, you know what I mean? That because I've never heard it before.
And it's all about the core too. You know what I mean? He can.
Yeah.
And he has complete body control.
Yes.
Is what it is.
It's really cool. I like to watch a lot of Mexican wrestling, and I was
Yeah.
watching CMLL,
Yes.
and I don't know if I said it earlier.
Yeah,
Did I
it's
say
all
it on
right.
the show? Yeah, and he was there, and it blew my mind. I jumped out of my seat like, oh, Flip Gordon's on Mexican wrestling.
So
It
cool.
was really cool to
Yes.
me.
Good for you. Keep
Guys,
it
we got a minute. Why don't you plug your show this weekend, please?
Sure, go ahead, partner.
So this Friday we're going to be at NCW in Dedham. Is it Dedham or Needham?
I think it's Norwood. In Norwood.
Is it Norwood?
Yeah, for Pulp Fiction.
We're at
Check
one
it
of
out.
them. At one of those places, NCW. We're wrestling Foxy Calvin.
And
our
Osiris.
good friend Osiris.
Oh, that's
and
going to be
Doc
a hell of a
Ozone.
match.
Saturday
for
night.
them.
Also, Saturday night we'll be at for Elkmania Promotions down at
Beverly.
the Beverly Elks Lodge for a Nightmare on Bow Street. Check it out as we
be taking
defend
on-
our New England Tag Team titles against the Main State Posse.
Oh, man. Like we were talking, they're a hell of a team, man.
They
They
are.
really are.
They are.
Guys, listen, man. This I told you it goes by fast.
It does.
I'd love to have you on again.
Absolutely.
I'd love to be on
You
again.
know, we could, just talking wrestling, man. You know?
Forever.
I was telling you earlier, I'm coming up on my 100th episode, and everyone's like, who are you having on? Who are you having on? Guys, just so you know, Derek Dukes will be with me when I do the 100, along with my grandson, Jaisiah. Guys, Steve.
Thank you.
Steve.
Thank you very much. It's a
Thanks for
pleasure and
having
honor.
us, man.
Thank you very
thanks
much.
for coming on.
Mill City.
Absolutely.
Guys, that's it. We're out. Peace.
The preceding program was provided by an independent producer solely responsible for its content. The opinions expressed do not necessarily represent the views of this station, its staff, board of directors, or underwriters.